If you've been reading for a while, I'm sure you've had this experience of you're looking at the tarot cards and one card just really flashes out at you and says, this is the one you've got to focus on. And you talk to the client about this card and they look totally blank. They have no clue what you're talking about. And you're sitting there thinking, this card's so important, it's the real deal. What's happening here? Why can't my client, or sometimes you look at these cards and you can't see anything about these cards. What's happening? If you're reading the Celtic Cross Spread, you probably won't be able to get very far on it. And funny enough, when I was writing this book, Beyond the Celtic Cross, with Catherine Chapman, we started out, she came to me as a client for a reading about his situation with the Knight of Wands and who he is and what he's about, because she wanted a new man in her life, but she couldn't see him or she couldn't understand him. With the Celtic Cross Spread, it didn't make sense, but we converted these cards into use them in a sequence of cards. We found the cards out in a sequence as they're dealt out, and when we worked through the levels and the layers, we understood why the Knight of Wands, she couldn't see them or who he was or where he was coming from. So I'm going to discuss this very powerful idea about how this can happen. The techniques to discover this are the counting. Is the counting technique. We'll take these cards again, which we had earlier, and when I was counting these cards, there were some cards that were missed out. We didn't come across them, and the thing to do is to actually look at those cards and see, because we know the cards are already counted upon, we can ignore them because they know they're counted upon. So we look at the other cards. There's one card here, the Seven of Wands. We'll count from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 of Swords, we haven't had that before. 8 of Discs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Goes back on the Seven of Wands. Let's try 5 of Swords. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes on to there. These cards aren't actually showing it, but sometimes what happens is that when you look through these cards, let's try the 9 of Swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 2, 3. Yes. Now this is very interesting. If you work through all the cards in any sequence, you'll come to an astonishing conclusion. One of these cards, and sometimes it's more than one, no other card counts onto one card. And this is the uncounted card. And the uncounted card is special because no card influences it. But it's like finding the source of the Nile or of a river or something like this. So this card starts everything off, it influencing things, but no card can see it because they don't count onto it. Now in this case, the card that's most significant here is the 9 of Swords, sorrow. And it's a card of, it's a scary card to a lot of people. And but using a positive light, it means troubleshooting, finding out the problem. What is the problem, and how can it be solved? How do I know that no card counts onto this one? There's a very simple method. You start with a card and count out 12 cards, and if the counting doesn't fit the number, so if there was a card, say 4 cards away, which is the Queen of Wands, which it isn't in this case. I know that the Queen of Wands counts 4, and that's 4, so the Queen of Wands would influence that card. But if you count through all the cards, you'll find out that this card doesn't have any influence. So, just to check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So none of the cards I know count onto this one. This is a very powerful, special card. It could mean that someone secretly is causing trouble because no one knows where it's coming from. Someone that they don't know about, is sending a letter or an email or some phone call saying, you know, what's your partner up to? What I saw them with someone else the other night, or something like this. It could be used in magical terms, because what this card is a card of influence, and it's a dramatic card to pick here. I didn't know this was going to come up, but it means that you can use the magical powers that are associated with this card to do a ritual. And I think it's so important that I'll do the next lesson purely on what the significance of the uncounted cards are. So this is the system. So you have to learn to count cards, and then you have to look at the relationship of the cards, see which cards counted onto a lot, and then you find, as you get more confident with the system and more familiar, you'll start to notice those cards that the cards seem to miss. They're the hidden cards. They're the cards that have the real power. And I'll explain to you exactly why in the next lesson.